All right, next on movie night, here is a classic, ladies and gentlemen, for all the females, for all the males out there. Now let's get this out of the way. You are not safe. Not in the pool, not in the bath, not even in your bed, because once you watch Jaws, that shark lives inside your mind. I mean, it just lives, it just breathes inside. This isn't just a normal movie. This was iconic back in the day, and it still is. This is a cultural trauma we all signed up for. And I promise you, every man, woman, and a child needs to watch it at least once. Yeah, I'd even give the children this, right? Because we watched it as children, and you just had to watch it. Even if you think it's too old, even if you're a Gen Zer and you've only watched stuff on 2x speed, even if you think sharks are kind of cute, but of some TikTok trend, right? Jaws will humble you. Steven Spielberg's Jaws isn't fast-paced. It doesn't throw gore at you every 5 seconds, and that's the beauty of it, because it's the subtlety. What if? The dark behind the scenes, and that just creeps you out, man. What it does is haunt you slowly, patiently. It makes your skin crawl without even showing the damn shark half the time. And that's the genius. This isn't just a shark movie, lads. It's a masterclass in suspense, a monster movie without the monster, a buddy film with teeth, and home to some of the most badass monologues in movie history that still live to this day. Now let's talk about the central fear of Jaws. It's not about shark eating people, okay? It's about the unknown. I mean, we just pressed on it already, but it's about there's something lurking just beneath the surface. You know, when you're a kid and you think there's something in the closet, right? That's the part that gets you because you don't know what's in there and your imagination goes mental. It's all, the shark is always out of view. It always getting closer, and not just the ocean. That's life, right? It's death. It's human fragility. And this movie opens with an incredibly unforgettable scene, all right? This doesn't ruin anything, okay? It's a gut-wrenching scene. A girl goes swimming and no music, just water. And then suddenly, gone. Dragged, drowned, done. And the town? They try to keep the beach open. That's the real conflict here. It's not shark versus human. It's truth versus denial, delusion, money versus morality. And this happens in everyday life, let's be honest. And it's a young sheriff versus the town council's desire to keep the tourist dollars flowing here. And Chief Brody knows what's happening here. And he smells the blood in the water, but nobody wants to listen. Classic, right? Who's been in this situation a billion times in their life? And that tension between survival and stupidity is what gives Jaws its real teeth. I mean, you're almost shouting at the camera, at the guy who wants to keep the place open. He is in such denial, it infuriates you. Now, let's back this up. Spielberg, it's 1975, the guy's 27. Okay, I mean, we're going back to 1975 here. He's 27. Again, this is just, he's not even at his peak yet. But this, wow, masterpiece. And he drops a cinematic nuke. There was a guy apparently in a cinema who watched this and he started puking up. He had to leave the cinema. Spielberg was watching people as this goes because they had an opening weekend and they wanted to watch the reaction, right? That's what they do with a lot of movies. They'll do like not the opening weekend, like a test screening. And they'll bring in people, right, like a focus group. They'll have the people in. Spielberg sat there in the audience himself. We don't know if everybody knew that or not, but he did. And then he saw a guy get up out of his chair, go over, puke up, and come back to his seat. And he went, "It's a hit! It's a hit!" I mean, imagine that. You go puking up, but you have to go back for more. This is what we're dealing with here. And Jaws, it was probably the first summer blockbuster before it even had a name. I mean, I really do think it was probably the one. Maybe you can argue me on that one, maybe Star Wars, right? You know, something like that. But this is before Star Wars, okay? And so, really, it's before Marvel, before franchises and billion-dollar openings. There was Jaws. And lines wrapped up around theaters. People passed out in screenings and getting sick, you know, like we're talking about. You could not escape it. And the shark was broken. The mechanical shark, nicknamed Bruce, it barely worked. And Spielberg, in a moment of absolute genius, decided to show less because he knew that, okay, this shark's not working, man. But he knew, oh, hang on a second. So maybe you could say he accidentally stumbled upon it, but no. Because if he didn't get it, he would have tried to get that shark working. He just realized, whoa, hang on a sec. And he used music instead of showing the shark. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure, I've no doubt that even if you have never seen Jaws, that you know that music. You've got to know that music, right? Would you even call it music? It's a score, right? It's just unbelievable. That iconic John Williams score became the heartbeat of terror, and it really kind of is still this day. He let the water itself become the monster, and that, folks, lads, is what makes the movie timeless, because your imagination is always more terrifying than reality. This is also a film built on character. It's not just about the shark, it's about the three men who go to kill the thing. Now, let's get to the meat. We've got Chief Brody, okay, Roy Scheider, the main character. Now, city cop, out of his elements, and afraid of the water, just added another twist, huh? Trying to protect a town that doesn't want protecting. Then you've got Quinn, Robert Shaw. Whoa, the grizzled shark hunter with enough salt in his veins to spice up the Atlantic here. I mean, he's intense, scary, hilarious, and somehow poetic. And by God, his monologue, well, let's come back to that. And Hooper, Richard Dreyfuss, brilliant. The nerdy, I think it's called oceanographer. Forgive me, I don't know the exact name. With brains, he's got wit, and a bit of a rich kid chip on his shoulder. And these three men, they're trapped on a boat together. We're not giving anything away here. Are at the heart of the movie. And the boat, the orca, it's practically a coffin with a steering wheel. The tension is insane. The shark gets closer, the boat gets a little smaller, and the men get more desperate. Then the monologue, the Indianapolis speech. Ladies and gentlemen, this monologue was delivered by Robert Shaw back in the 70s. And if this was made in 2025, it would still be a bone-chilling, brilliant monologue delivered. This is timeless. Quinn tells the story of surviving a real-life shark attack after delivering the Hiroshima bomb. And my God, it is. It's quiet. It's eerie, haunting. It stops you cold. It's no longer just a scary movie. It's a glimpse into madness, and then the shark attacks. But even just back to the monologue, there's one line that I'll never forget. Shaw literally says at one stage in his monologue, "I'll never put on a life jacket again." And you're thinking, what the hell? It just clicks into place. Now, you want action? You get it in this movie. Now, and I'm not saying just for the lads here. Honestly, I think women would love this. It's one of those, you know, the way women love the creepy horror story. It has a bit of that feel, you know? And honestly, I think, you know, you're not going to be going, oh, this is a lads movie. If you think I'm wrong, drop it into the comments and tell me I'm wrong. But I honestly think women and men would enjoy this because you got a slow-paced movie as well. And, you know, we won't give anything away here. At the end, it's brilliant. And at the same time, there's one line at the end where the main character says, "Smile, you son of a bitch." It's brilliant. Okay? I'm not trying to give away anything. And it's not a big heroic moment. It's desperate, quiet, terrifying. It's a man doing what he has to survive. And that's what makes it real. So let's wrap this up, right? So guys, Jaws, it's not about fear. It's about control. It's about human arrogance. We build beaches, boats, rules, and then the nature comes along and reminds us we're not in charge. And this movie stays with you, I think, really. It gets in your dreams. It's always stayed with me. It changes how you swim, how you hear silence, how you look at the sea. And here's my final message to you. Watch the movie, whether you're 17 or 70. whether you're a Gen Z or a boomer, whether you think it's too slow, too old, too simple. Because Jaws isn't just a movie. It's a rite of passage, man. It's fear, wonder. It's Spielberg introducing himself with a roar from the deep. Watch it, feel it, never forget it. I don't think you will. And the next time you hear something beneath the surface, remember, you saw the fin.
Peter.
Wah, 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 wah.